What you're about to watch is a clip from my BrandLytics training where I get together with entrepreneurs, thought leaders who want to build their brand using YouTube and making data-driven decisions to blow up their brand this year. Enjoy. Let's go, BrandLytics. Keys to getting suggested. One of my favorite topics of all time for YouTube. Suggested is the #1 way to grow your channel. In thought leadership, suggested is where you want to go because just setting the framework, because you want your content to live forever. Search is only 30% of entire YouTube, and browse is way too hit or miss, way too trendy to be able to win consistently on. So inside of thought leadership, suggested is where you want to play. Your content lives forever. But before that happens, you have to rank against yourself. So step one is, how do I get suggested against myself? And this is where at the beginning stages of a channel can feel slow growth because you're not getting picked up against big channels. Ultimately, your big growth comes from being suggested against big channels, against huge videos. So you want to be suggested against my videos, against Tony Robbins' videos, against Brendon Burchard videos, or inside your niche. That's where your big growth comes. But that doesn't happen until you get suggested against your own videos first. And just think about it in YouTube's perspective. Why would they show you against some big video if you're not even showing up against yourself? If you're not even, for your own audience, converting people over to want to watch, they're not going to show you against a big video. So what ends up happening is you see the slow growth. And then once suggested becomes your #1 traffic source, oftentimes you see an explosion of growth for the channels because it means you're suggested against your own, then you get suggested against others. So let's show how to do it. And for this video, I'm going to break down my own channel, my top 10 channel, and kind of take you guys a little behind the scenes of what we're doing and the advice I would give myself that then I can go give my team as well to go execute. So if I look at the breakdown for my top 10 channel, suggested is #1, so 22%. Channel pages is #2 because we promoted off my main page, then browse and search and everything else, right? So search is 9%. It's not huge, and it shouldn't be huge. And if your goal is to get people to subscribe to your channel, right? If you have some utility channel where you don't care about subscriptions, then search can be great. But if we care about people coming back and watching content consistently, suggested is where you need to be. So this is where we get massive growth. So how do you show up against your own videos? How do you get suggested against your own channel? Here's what you need to do. A couple things. One, consistent design. So if you look at my channel, you look at my videos, there's always that consistent design. You know what an Evan Carmichael thumbnail looks like, right? And on this channel, we use white, whatever blue we want to call that, and then still the logo, right? And so whether these are the new videos that just came out, these are the videos that are the most popular. So some of these are a year ago. Whether it's, something that came out yesterday or something that came out a year ago, it's still the same kind of style. The only one that's different is this one, which isn't that different. This is where we were testing having the text all being in a block. So it's just one big square, where everything else, we found this actually performs better, where it's not all chunked, right? So you have different lengths of the lines. It's easier to read. But besides that, that's a pretty minor change. I look at that and it's like, oh, that one's really different. But for most people looking at it, they're like, okay, this is Evan Carmichael thumbnail. So I need to know, what does your thumbnail style look like? Because to show up suggested against our own, and I know we've talked about this in the past, when they've clicked on, if I click on this Brendon Burchard video here and I like it, it's like, oh, I like this channel. I'm going to look down the side and see what else is there. And if I can't recognize your thumbnail because it's a totally different style, then I'm not going to click on it. So you're losing views on your own videos. So it doesn't have to be exactly the same. That is a mistake. So not exactly the same, not the exact same LinkedIn profile picture. It's what a lot of people do. Exact same picture. They have one good picture of them. And then that's the picture on every single thumbnail. Don't do that, right? You'll see none of these are actually the fancy pictures. They're screenshots from within the video. Every single one of these is a screenshot within the video. Similar text, similar font, similar logo placement. It's okay to test and to tweak and to play, but then the best thing you can do is go back on your older videos when you found the winning design and go test those and improve them. So that if you go look at this channel, content as far as a year ago is all going to be similar. So it encourages people to want to click. If they like it, they want to click. Second, end card strategy. I've tweaked this up in the past. When did we do this? 3 months ago, 2 months ago? One big end card at the end, linking to the most relevant video, not a playlist. So if you looked at my stuff 6 months ago, you would have seen an end card with playlist, subscribe, and a link to my website to get a lead magnet. And we looked at all the numbers, and this is actually outperforming all of those combined. So this one end card at the end, click into a single video, is outperforming the 4 elements I used to have combined. So this is now what I'm doing on all my channels. Is what I'm telling all the big guys to do as well. At the end of every video, you have 20 seconds to put with on the end card. You point to the video. So first you have to pick the video, right? So this is a video on Kevin O'Leary. We're linking to another Kevin O'Leary video. The most relevant, related video to the one that you just made that's already on your channel. And you could pitch it for 20 seconds, or you could talk about it for 10 seconds, have highlights from that video for 10 seconds. You look to it, you point to it. Even at the end now I'm saying, and I'll see you there. Like that's at the end, both fingers. The video right there next to me. I think you'll love it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there. Go watch that video. Yeah, Mark's got it. There's arrows that fly in, big video right here in the middle, hand selected that we think is going to be the best one for them, not YouTube's most relevant or best reviewer, not YouTube's most recent. You pick it. And again, what we're doing is we're training people that once they watch one video, they're watching another, they're watching another, they're watching another. YouTube's going to recommend your videos a lot more to people. So this has had a big impact on getting more sessions, more views in on the session, which then leads to more suggested views as well. And then playlist in the newsletter. If any of you guys have newsletters, even if it's 500 people or you're sharing to social media, you have to put the playlist in the newsletter. So I've talked about this before. I can dive in again if you guys want of how to do this. But basically, if I look at this video here, so this is, I don't think I've shared this before where I share with the newsletter. This is the newsletter. Drew is saying this is a must, all caps. It's a huge deal. So this is the actual newsletter. It's super short. There's basically nothing here, right? This is the video that I'm trying to promote. And it's a picture of Jamie. This is the video. Why did Jamie get fired for talking too much? How did she, I even made a typo. How did she got from witness to billionaire? Find out my recent video on her, right? This is a link. This is a link. This is a link. And the picture at the bottom is a link. So there's 4 different links to the video in here. I experimented with a whole bunch of different versions of this where I'd have a lot more details. I'd show what the rules are. I'd share the highlights from it, give a lot more explanation. It didn't lead to as many clicks. This leads to the most number of clicks. So super basic, simple, easy for people to land on the video. Drew says, I 3x the channel revenue with this one strategy. It's a big deal. So then when they click on the video, they get to the video, but the key to that strategy is it shows in the side my playlist. So there's 445 videos here on this channel that are public. So after this one, they'll watch another one and another one and another one. If they leave it open, some people may close it. That's fine, but it auto leads them to watch the next video on the channel. And you can do a custom playlist if you want. Most people find that too much work. I just do the uploads playlist. And if you guys need help in how to actually find that link, we can do that at the end as well during Q&A time. But it's a big deal. So this is a little hard to see. If I zoom in on it, you can see that there's the video link. And then at the end, it says and list equals. So this adds that playlist at the end. So you still get the same video. The experience from the user is the same. They're watching the video. I click for a video, I get the video. But what happens after the video ends is it's going to send me down this rabbit hole of all my other videos. Almost nobody's doing it. And if you have a newsletter list or you're sharing a social, again, if you're sharing to one person, it doesn't make a difference. But if you're sharing to a group of people that has the potential for lots of people to click on it, that can make a big impact for you. Playlists can be scary for people. Playlists can be scary. They don't want to sign up and commit to watching 40 minutes or whatever. Playlists can be scary. So it's one video. And when I click it, again, I get to the video. So from a user experience perspective, I'm actually still just getting that one video. It's just what happens at the end. What happens at the end is they'll go to the next video automatically instead of just a video ending. And what some people will do is they will just have it open in a tab. They'll mute the video and have it open in a tab. And then it just runs. And they forgot that they had this open in the tab. And 8 hours later, your videos are still playing. That counts for a lot of watch time, and then you get a lot more suggested. If you want to see this full video as well as train live with me twice a month to blow up your brand, join the BrandLytics training program. There's a link to join right there next to me. Continue to believe. I'll see you there.